All right, folks, welcome. Come on in, get in. Welcome to the Hockey Deck tonight. We got some Philly roller derby up on the deck for you. So get comfortable. Go over and check out the merchandise table. Go check out the snacks. Go check out the Love City Brewing over there. Get yourself comfortable. Get ready. We got about 14 minutes, under 13 minutes, I guess, to go. Get in, get comfortable. We'll get things underway shortly. Come on in, folks. Get comfortable. Get yourself ready for the game. While you're doing so, don't forget to go check out our merchandise table. We got raffles going on over there. We got 4 raffles tonight. We got a raffle for the Cake Life Bake Shop, a raffle for the Philly Cheese School, and for the John's custom limited edition shirt. We also have stuff by Philly's very own Kitty Surprise. We got some artwork over there. Make sure to check that out. And don't forget, as always, as Philly loves to do, halftime we'll have that wheel toss coming up. 1 wheel for $3, 2 wheels for $5. Make sure you get your wheels out. We're going to have a target in the middle of the track. You're going to come out and get to roll your wheel and see who gets the closest. So stay tuned. Don't forget to check out the raffles, the merchandise, as well as the wheel toss coming up at halftime. All right, we got our wheel toss representatives going around. Make sure you flag them down. Get yourself a wheel for our halftime wheel toss. There's going to be some Philadelphia swag. I saw some 3D printed pretty cool mugs and things over there, so stay tuned. Halftime for that wheel toss. They are going around right now, so make sure you get yourself in on that. We'll get things underway in about another minute or so. We'll introduce you to our teams, our referees, and all our officials, and get things underway. But don't forget, while we're at it, always make sure you follow Philly Roller Derby on all the social media platforms. Check them out. Make sure you keep an eye out that upcoming home season game. There's going to be another one on December 6th. Come see the Germantown Loose Cannons face off against the PASSYUNK Punks. Who do you think will win? Who do you want to win? Come be part of the fun and fight for the championship cup. Also, don't forget to grab a flyer to save that date. And who will you cheer on? Will it be the PASSYUNK Punks or the Germantown Loose Cannons for our newly returning team, the West Philly Warriors? All right, who's ready for some roller derby? I am Tom Fuller. With me is the lovely
Antidote. Welcome everybody this evening to the second of a home game series where we are going to see the PASSYUNK Punks coming up against the West Philly Warriors. And with that cheer in a moment, we're going to bring our two teams out to start our introductions. Starting with our PASSYUNK Punks. Number 04, Poison Ash. 101, Gender Bender. 128, Molly Stryker. 20, Murder Maid, who is not playing today. 212, Death Stare. 25, See Ya Later. 253, Fury. 27, BB Gun. 311, Thigh Jinx. 315, Grand Larceny. 350, Snicker Brutal. 415, Lethal Audit. 419, Sam Squatch. 555, Cosmonauty. 717, Boa Constrictor. 817, Dobzilla. 99, Russian Bayou. 76, Mortal Coil. And benching for them tonight, Itty Bitty.
Put your hands together for the Punks. All right, now let's introduce you to your West Philly Warriors. Leading him out tonight, number 113, Hissy Fit. Number 13, Woolly Slameth. Number 17, Nova Pain. Number 21, Calamity K. 215, Live and Let Die. Number 29, Steph Leopard. 42, Susie Nugent. 5253, Malice in Wonderland. Number 610, Resting Stitch Face. Number 66, Riptide. And number 7, Ride or Die. Number 70, Stag Hunt. 759, Trailblazer. Number 82, Mall Bunyan. 843, Nancy Shrew. Number 90, Ellie Tigra. And 92, Damselfly. They're going to be bench coached tonight by Kurt Copain and Ivy Drip. Put your hands together for the West Philly Warriors. As we have a note, we have 6 brand new skaters tonight skating for the first time. We got See Ya Later, Grand Larceny, Snicker Brutal, Mortal Coil, Hissy Fit, and Stag Hunt. So keep your eyes out for them today skating in their very first game.
Your mic is going in and out.
Yeah, I had a feeling it was going to. Awesome.
All right, we're going to take a moment to thank all of our officials that helped make this happen because we could not play the game without you. Thank you to Sparrow, Trog, Angel of Beth, Skatanic Panic, Sparrow, Buzz Lightyear, Max Illipede, Barbs, Overwatch, Red Scare, Riley, Jams Joyce, Tombo number 5, Boom, Annie Last Words, John Dilks, Benjamin Franklin, and Molnar. We want to thank all of you for helping us make this game happen. And this game is a hard game to play. It is rough, and we want to give a huge shout out to all of our safeties here tonight. Derby could not happen without the amazing support of these folks. Thank you for what you do. Safety, they keep our eyes on all of us and help us play a safe game. So thank you to all of our volunteers and officials tonight for helping make this game happen.
Once again, one more reminder, don't forget, we got our raffles getting taken out at halftime. Or excuse me, we got raffles that be done in the second half, and then we also have our wheel toss being done at halftime.
On the line there, we have Ride or Die in green for the Warriors coming up against Bayou, a veteran skater of Philly, for the PASSYUNK Punks.
I'll wait for those officials to let us go. They'll blow the whistle, get things underway.
Now, if you're new with us, you are seeing our 2 teams on the track playing uniquely offense and defense at the same time. Those stars on those helmets are the jammers. They are like the human ball. They are going to be making their way through the pack. We see all of our blockers from both teams lining up to try to stop the opposing jammer, but help theirs through.
That Russian Bayou getting lead jammer status, now in control of the jam.
All right, it looks like Bayou was unable to pick up lead, allowing Ride or Die to be able to grab that. The Warriors are making the choice to try to pick up as many points as possible here.
Yeah, Ride or Die trying to make her way through. Up comes Russian Bayou coming into the pack.
And we're going to have to wait and see if Bayou is able to throw a hip in there, and it does look like the Punks were able to take 1 point on that last lap.
Yeah, very much so. Just calling off just slightly late, giving up that 1 extra point. PASSYUNK Punks get on the board first. I don't think I'm loud, so I don't know.
It's just not loud? Okay.
Yeah. Like I can hear you like from the speakers,
Yeah.
which is awesome.
On the line there, we have Boa in the red for the PASSYUNK Punks coming up against Steph Leopard of the Warriors. And with that, it has...
I see Steph Leopard up there for the Warriors.
And it is Boa who is able to make their way out first. Both teams are racing here to find position as their jammers race around the track.
You know, Pick getting a hole in the inside and picking up all 4 points. Steph gets up, gets down, tumbles, resets back behind the pack.
Boa didn't have the same luck in the second lap as they're being held up by the West Philly Warriors. They don't want to allow any more points to be put up on the board.
Able to outlast the defense, picking up all 4 of those points there.
Now I can hear you. Yeah, I don't know if they fixed it or something. I don't know. I hit something.
No, I don't think. I think they did something. It's all good. All right, early lead going to the Punks. 13-8. 28 minutes to go here in the first half.
We're going to see 2 veteran skaters on the line here as Riptide in the green is coming up against Fury in the red for the Punks. Now these are 2 hard-hitting skaters, so we are going to be up for quite a jam here as both of them bring power onto the track. Riptide was unable to be held back.
Pigtails flying. One more block of pace. Oh, and they take down Fury.
And I can tell you from personal experience, Fury is not an easy skater to knock down.
Riptide re-engaged with the pack, trying to fight the way through, steps through, and calls off the jam.
We are having an extremely close game already where we are seeing 13 on the board for the Punks and 12 for the Warriors. This is a 1-point game here. Both teams are fighting for every single one they can put on the board.
Yeah, that was a powerful jam. Kind of slow moving, but definitely great physicality in that last jam. Looks like we're going back to our original jammers. I think we got Ride or Die and Russian Bayou back out there.
West Philly attempted to catch Bayou in the front of the pack, but was unable to hold back as Bayou breaks through first.
Bayou stepped over a skater to get out of the pack and then took a little glance over the shoulder. Coming in hot backwards, calls it off.
And we're going to see that hip throw was able to put 1 point on the board there for the Punks.
Every point matters when the games are close, so 26 minutes to go. Right now, PASSYUNK Punks out a small lead to take.
And talking about our new skaters, we're seeing on the jam line for their very first jam of their rookie career at Philly, that is See Ya Later, number 25.
Always love seeing new skaters get into the fold. Taking on Steph Leppert there for the Warriors. Steph Leppert coolly enters the front of the pack. Exits the front of the pack. We got a pivot reporting to the box for the Warriors.
And with that, Sia is racing around the track, but Steph Leppert is able to make their way out.
There's another skater reporting for the Warriors and the pivot, and now in the box for the Punks. A lot of extra skating room out there.
Oh, See Ya Later is pushing on the last blocker. That is Susie there, but is able to make their way out.
Susie able to just slow up long enough. Now Steph Leppert's trying to reel in See Ya Later.
And it looks like we're having some penalty problems on both sides of the track here, as both teams are seeing a full penalty box almost.
Beautiful little slide through there by See Ya Later, making it look easy. Steph Leppert trying to run down Sia.
Oh, and a little jammer on jammer hit there puts Sia on the ground as Steph decides to keep the jam running.
Steph making it look cool like it's no big deal. A little bump knockout and then picks up all 4 points. Oh, skip it through the inside.
But that was Cosmonati with a little hip check.
Looks like we got another blocker reporting in the box for the Punks just as one blocker is released.
So we definitely saw some rotation in that penalty box for that last jam where blockers were making a couple trips there for both teams, but we are going to start this one with 1 from each team in the box, leaving each team with 3 blockers to try to help get their jammer through. Now we're seeing the power jammers again. It looks like both teams have decided to keep playing them against each other as we see Fury in the red for the Punks and Riptide in the green for the Warriors, and that was a quick lead jam call there for Riptide.
Yeah, it looks like that's the last blocker coming out on the track was called for a penalty. Now reporting to the penalty box. Only 2 blockers going to remain there out there for the Warriors. Getting around fast and calling it off. 4 points going to the Warriors.
And as we talk about penalty problem, we are seeing 2 blockers from each team starting in the box, which means we're going to see a little bit of a fast game here with 2 blockers on each side.
Looks like we got a timeout being called by the Warriors right now. Timeout Warriors, probably getting things resettled, trying to settle things down. Well, since we have the timeout, let's give a shout out to one of our sponsors. Let's give a shout out to 187 Killer Pads. If you can't tell, roller derby is an incredibly physical sport. Thankfully, our teams have the best-in-class production thanks to our sponsors, 187 Killer Pads and 888. We're excited to try out some of their new gear this season, including the KP44 knee pads and the classic 888 Sweat Saver helmet, in new glitter colors at that. Thank you, 187 and 888, for keeping us safe this season.
All right, it looks like this team timeout is coming to a closure here. And with that, lots of enthusiasm, but that was not the whistle for the jam to start. And that is ride or die for West Philly, coming up against Bayou for the Warriors, and both jammers make a quick exit, and Ryder says, no thank you, I don't want this.
Stepping up and over, getting through, tiptoeing through the tulips, but calling it off, not wanting anything to do with Russian Bayou.
Now, at this point in the game, that is a smart move to control the clock a little bit. If they're not in a good spot to be able to score their points, then they need that time instead. In the red is Boa coming up against Steph Leopard in the green for the Warriors. Both jammers take off, but Steph is able to find a inside inch there.
Yeah, able to slide right on by, getting through quickly. Meanwhile, Boa Constrictor still trying to figure out that Warriors defense, taking a couple tough knocks.
And it does look like we are getting a directional call on number 21, Calamity K.
Steph Lever with a beautiful little turnaround and usher out to the side for Boa Constrictor and then back up. Boa not hesitating. Big hole on the inside. Great job by the blockers for the Warriors, getting a quick pass for Steph Leopard.
Now at this point, we have about 22 minutes left on the clock. We are looking at a score of 43 West Philly Warriors to 24 PASSYUNK Punks. But if you've been to any derby game, you know that 20 points is not many points. This can change in literally a single jam.
Do we know where the
All right, our two power jammers, Riptide coming up against Fury, but Riptide is able to find the space on the outside to get a quick lead jam call.
Fury driving forward, pushing through the last blocker, able to get free from the pack.
And it does look like Riptide made some illegal contact in the air, which sent them to the box for a 30-second penalty. Fury is now out there alone, trying to put on as many points as they can with the time that they have.
And that's what we call a power jam. No jammer out there for the Warriors. Big opportunity for the Punks.
Now, with this penalty, it does mean we do not have a lead jammer. We are going to see a 2-minute jam here. And that does look like that's Damselfly giving Fury a little trouble in the front, but Fury is able to make their way around the outside.
Riptide released from the box quickly through, getting a quick pass for the Warriors.
And you can tell Riptide was thinking about those points in the box, and they were ready to come out with some fire under their skates, as that is a second lap since they've been released.
Fury able to break free. 4 points for the Punks.
The Punks put up a wall in the back, but Fury was able to find an outside hole.
Yeah, it was a great job there by Riptide. Kind of took the hit and used that momentum to drive into the outside edge to hold the line.
Oh, and both jammers hit the pack at the same time, but rookie skater Stag Hunt was able to slow down Fury on that inside line.
Yeah, it looks like BB Gunn doing a great job playing defense, but unfortunately called for that last penalty, going to sit down in the penalty box for the Punks.
Oh, Riptide comes around for another smooth lap on the inside, getting 4 more points on the board, and it does look like
Fury got called for a cut track, so in the end, we're going to have a power jam start now for the Punks getting starting on this next jam.
And that was an extremely high-scoring jam as the West Philly Warriors put up 20 points and the PASSYUNK Punks 16. That is impressive. Both jammers were keeping their feet moving there to be able to put up that many points.
Well, what makes it impressive is we had a jammer go to the penalty box, come out, and still put those points on the board, which is very, very impressive. Riptide tiptoes on the inside, quickly through.
And Ryder is not someone you want out there alone, as Ryder has won their last 6 MVPs in scrimmages that they have done. So Ryder is not going to leave many points out here on the floor.
Very active feet, quickly moving feet is what I see. Allows them to keep their control. And running away from the back is Ryder Die, picking up 4 points.
Oh, and that is BB Gunn with a hit to the inside. Ryder does go back, deciding to call as Fury had been released from the box.
You will have an empty penalty box for 5 skaters aside for the next jam with 18 minutes to go here in the first half.
Oh, we're going to full power here as both teams are going to see all 4 blockers starting. That is See You Later, number 2-5 in the red for the Punks coming up against Live and Let Die in the green for West Philly.
See it drive and trying to push that pack forward, trying to get some separation.
But it is Live and Let Die who finds their way on the inside for a lead jam call. See You Later is being given trouble on both sides as the Warriors continue to kind of cycle around the end and outside.
That was a big hit there, laying down the jammer. I believe that was Maul Bunyan doing the honors. Unfortunately, getting called for a clockwise block in the process.
Oh, and right there we had a star pass as See You Later has given the star to Cosmonauti, who's attempting to make their way out of the front now. But it does look like a penalty was picked up. A cut track has been assessed to the now jammer Cosmonauti.
Yeah, taking a star, doing the honors, going around the outside, avoiding the hits, but unfortunately getting that cut track call leads to a power jam for the Warriors. Steph Leopard there trying to keep 1 blocker separated, trying to break up those 3 blockers out there for the Warriors. Whole goal is to make everything as easy as possible for your jammer when that jammer's out there by themselves. Big hit there on the outside, but quickly back up, Cosmonauti.
And that is Steph Leopard, number 2-9, giving Cosmonauti some issues up in the front of the pack.
Cut track is the call on Live and Let Die. Now the power jam going to go back to the Punks, and Cosmonauti picks up 4 quick points as the jam comes to conclusion. All right, 16 minutes to go here. We got a power jam start going to the PASSYUNK Punks. They're going to send Russian Bayou to the track.
Russian Bayou is one of the oldest standing skaters we have with Philadelphia, being about an 18-year veteran of the sport.
And do you know any other older skaters who've been around just about as long as...
I might have seen the 2007 season here at Philly Roller Derby.
Credit to Antidote, a longtime skater as well. Great veterans of the Philly program.
And right there we see Bayou throwing up a signal to their team, which was able to get the Warriors split up and Bayou the opportunity to make their way out for 4 points on that pass.
Just great control and stability there as skaters leaning on Bayou able to just outlast and just keep pushing against that pressure.
Oh, and we're going to play a little musical chairs as Liv is sent back to the box for a cut track penalty. And this is not what the Warriors want because the Punks want their points.
Bayou's winding up a jam here. Another 4 points on the board. Looking up for some more. Offense starts flowing forward.
And I can tell you as a longtime team member of Bayou does not like giving up points. So they're going to do whatever they need to do to be able to put some more on the board as they take control of the track.
Only 2 blockers remain out there for the Punks, though, so not get too much help on the offense. Bayou's going to see what they can do to figure that out. Driving forward through the arms. Looks like that was a penalty called there on the Warriors. Going to lose another blocker. Reinforcements coming up for the Punks.
All right, and we saw some offense being hit there by Poison Ash, giving Bayou the space to get easily through the inside.
All right, Bayou line up some more, sliding in backwards and calling it off.
Oh, I do believe we're about to see a call here. It does look like, oh, at the very last second, a cut track is putting Russian Bayou into the penalty box for a 30-second penalty. That was a cut track.
It looked cool to me, but unfortunately the referees had a different idea. Going to sit down. What that means, power jam going to the Warriors. Ride or die at the line. Picking out a hole, trying to get forward, trying to get in control of this jam.
Oh, and that is a pile up in the back of the pack there. Ryder takes advantage of it and takes off before most of them are on their feet.
What did I say? Quick feet, quick feet. Went down, got up, and literally marched through the inside quickly to get that lead jammer and get control of this jam.
Sometimes in this sport it is about who can get up the quickest. And that is 4 points on the board for the Warriors as they try to widen the spread during this power jam.
Ryder engaged, but able to get free to front of that pack, picking up another 4-point pass for the Warriors. Meanwhile, Russian Bayou back and engaged with the pack.
Oh, Ryder literally runs on their skates up that inside line.
Had to do a baseball slide basically to slow down before they went off the track. Bayou now is scoring points for the Punks.
So it does look like so far in this game, both teams have decided to run pretty long jams.
Calling it off from on the backside over there on the far side of the track is Ride or Die. They're bringing their score over 100 points, bringing them to 101-73 in favor of the Warriors.
Oh my God. They literally came out of the program last year. Like, I can't, he's like a year and a half in. That's it. All right, with that, we see Boa in the red for the Punks coming up against Steph Leppert in the green for the Warriors. And Steph is able to find that little bit of air on the inside and wiggle their way through.
How does the skaters do that? Gets through so fast, little effort. Oh, and just like in its open skate time, just sliding through.
Steph Leppert is not somebody who you want to give even an inch to, as they are known for their jumping, which is what we just saw right there, a beautiful, clean apex jump by number 29, Steph Leppert.
There, make sure your tables and seats are in the upright position when Steph's out there getting up and down once again.
A double apex jump. Can we go for the turkey? Will there be 3? The suspense is killing me. And a third jump.
To no avail, stopped on the inside, closing the door for the Punks.
And Steph is being smart and going back there to ensure that no cut track is given.
Credit to Gender Bender, no third apex jump for you. All right, 10 minutes ago, 73 points on the board for the Punks, 113 for the Warriors. Now, don't forget, at halftime, we're going to have the wheel toss. If you haven't got a wheel, make sure you go to the merchandise table. If you don't see anybody out, get yourself a wheel for the wheel toss.
And with that, it is Riptide coming out first for the Warriors as Fury is struggling in the back of the pack. Sam is attempting to make a hole, and Fury is able to make their way through, but Riptide is around the track, finds that inside opening, and gets a quick 4 points on the board. Oh, both jammers hit the pack with some power there, had to regain a little control. But it does look like we have both jammers putting up points.
2 and 4, 2 and 4. Yeah, it was a great job. Riptide took the hit, tried to stay on the track, went off and just coolly decided to call it off to make sure there was no penalties picked up.
Now we're seeing two jammers who have been very successful tonight. Russian Bayou in the red for the Punks, coming against Ride or Die in the green for the Warriors.
Looks like we had a timeout, or is that timeout or official review? Let's see. I think it's timeout.
All right, so let's give it a moment and see what's going on. But we'll take a moment, and we're going to thank Jet Wine Bar because, hey, roller derby fans, it is an exciting day on the track. Come grab a glass of sangria or try your new favorite wine at Jet Wine Bar's table, the perfect place for curious wine explorers just like you. You can visit them at 1525 South Street. That is just down the road in Philadelphia. Their cozy bar is inviting, art-filled wine garden, and is open Wednesday through Saturday. Also available for full or partial events and buyouts. Their friendly staff is here to guide you in the world of flavors from ancient vineyards and old world regions. With unique events and happy hour specials, there's always something fun happening at Jet. So grab your crew, come wine with us at Jet Wine Bar, Philadelphia's global vineyard and destination for adventurous drinkers who don't want to trade the obscurity for good taste.
You had me at sangria. Oh man, sangria is always delicious, and a good glass of wine can do wonders for your body.
And let me tell you, someone who has gotten to hang out there, it is such a cute little patio area to enjoy on a beautiful day.
All right, back at it. As Antidote said earlier, we got Russian Bayou up there taking a Ride or Die. Two very successful jammers so far in this game. One goes out, one goes in. Russian Bayou wins that race, getting the lead jammer status. So I get the pivot reporting to the penalty box for the Warriors.
Oh, and the Punks had an outside sweep there as every blocker swept the Warriors to the inside, giving Bayou a quick 4 points. It does look like we had a penalty assessed at the end, so both teams are going to see a blocker in the box to start.
A little extra space, only 3 blockers on each side. Let's see what the jammers can do to take advantage.
That is see you later. Yes.
I see See Ya Later at the line for the Punks.
And it does look like for the Warriors, we are seeing a new jammer on the line there. That is Susie.
Oh, Sia comes in hot and just chooses to call it off. We got whistles blown. We got whistles blown. It looks like that's a cut track penalty call.
And with that, we are going to see an insubordination as well. So one thing you cannot do is go through the center of the track. As you can see, we have many wonderful officials in the center, and so we want to keep them safe. So it does look like See You Later is going to find themselves in the box for a full minute. This is going to give the Warriors an opportunity to widen this score a little bit if they can utilize the full minute.
Yeah, Susie now engaged the pack trying to get through, but meanwhile, great job by the Punks so far, not giving up anything easy to Susie. Susie, another longtime veteran of the roller derby world, picks up the points now, eyeing up some more.
The Punks were ready for Susie as their tripod utilized the front, but Susie was able to do a little spin on the outside there.
Four more points. Now we're going to go the full 2 minutes here since the lead jammer was actually originally given to See You Later.
Susie was met with a heavy defensive wall in the back for the Punks.
Oh, see you later stays on that front skate, picking up 4 points. That was a nice lead block there by 419 Sam Squatch.
So it does look like at the end of that jam, we saw 555 Cosmonauti with a directional, sending a Punks blocker and pivot to the box. So if you haven't figured out that stripe, that is the pivot. The pivot is the only other person who can score points. So you want that pivot on the track in case your jammer needs to pass the star. So on the line there, that is Stag Hunt in the green for the Warriors coming up against Veteran Fury in the red for the Punks. But it does look like some rookie magic there as Stag Hunt has made their way out first, gaining lead jammer status.
Looking cool, looking back at the pack, figuring out a plan. Able to avoid Fury. And back on and getting a quick pass going Stag Hunt. Only 2 blockers actually remain out there for the Punks. Out of my way, here comes Stag Hunt.
Now we might have said that Stag is a rookie, but a rookie to Philly as they did play junior derby. And some of that experience is showing with the laps that they are putting on the board here.
Looking confident and cool, winding up a big jam here, another 4 points.
Now in the front there, we saw Damsel attempting to stop Cosmonauti, but hit that 20-foot mark and had to let them go.
Choosing to shut it down, calling off the jam is Stag Hunt after a very successful first jam as a jammer here at Philly. All right, we just got about over 4 minutes ago. 149 Warriors, 84 to Punks. Don't forget, halftime we'll have that wheel toss. If you haven't got a wheel, make sure you get in for halftime for that wheel toss and win yourself a nice prize from Philly Roller Derby.
On the line there, that is Boa in the red coming up against Ryder in the green. But Boa attempted to take the inside line but was hit over the line by Ellie.
Both skaters running out of the pack.
But it is Boa who is able to pick up that lead jammer status. Both teams are now fighting for position as the jammers race around the pack. Boa hits the pack, calling off, shutting down the Warriors from putting any points on the board and grabbing to themselves.
Yeah, the pack there picked up pace for a while, and then all of a sudden just came to a screeching halt here on the backside as the jammers came in. They had a quick call off the jam pretty quick before Ryder came up to pick up any points.
As fun as hits are, sometimes that speed control can be all you need to really change the jammer's trajectory.
Mortal Coil up there jamming for the Punks, taking on Live and Let Die.
And this is Mortal Coil's first game, also first time, and is a rookie, so brand new to the sport of derby.
Live or Let Die able to break free from the pack, taking the lead jammer status. Mortal Coil goes down quickly back up, dealing with that Steph Leopard once again.
All right, the Punks are set up in the front to try to slow down Liv from putting any more points on the board, and then they are able to take away some of that speed. Oh, and it does look like there was an attempt to pass the star, but a cut track occurred before the star was passed, which means that Coil is going to the box as a jammer.
Live or Let Die calls off the jam after taking one little nudge out. That's going to start us with a power start on the next jam going to the Warriors. Yeah, sometimes in the middle of that chaos trying to pass the star, it's hard to see what's going on. There's a lot of opportunities for penalties to be picked up. Unfortunately, Mortal Coil picked up one now. 1:30 so counting down. Warriors on the power jam.
So on the line there, we are seeing a first-time jammer for the Warriors tonight. That is Wooly on the line, looking for that inside route, coming up against Poison Ash, but with a squeeze is able to make their way out of the front.
Just as Boys Nash thought they had them locked up, that little slide to the inside got free. Lead jammer now. They'll start scoring points for the Warriors on the power jam. That was Dobzilla with a big hit there in the middle of the track. Great recycling there by the Punks, staying in front. Oh, big hit and a spin down. Getting up quickly, but calling off the jam from the floor. Was that jamming sensation Fury who did the honors, I believe. Getting that jam to end. All right, 26 seconds or so and counting down. Enough time for one more jam, folks. Put your hands together. One more jam and a half.
And with that, we see Russian Bayou in the red for the Punks hitting hard, but Ryder races up that inside at the very last second.
High step and avoiding Bayou, who went down.
Looks like the Punks had made the decision to keep their ground in the back of the pack there, which looks like it paid off for them as they were able to hit Ryder down, slowing him down for a moment.
Oh, both jammers able to get through, picking up 4 points. That should bring our first half to conclusion. 162 for the Warriors, 90 for the Punks. Don't forget, we have that wheel toss going on. Don't forget to check out our raffles by Cake Life Bake Shop, Philly Cheese School, For the Johns, and obviously artwork by Kitty Surprise. Stay tuned, folks. We'll have the second half underway of Philly Roller Derby.
All right, if you have a wheel, now is the time to make your way out. Grab those wheels, come to the outside pink line here. You can line up wherever you'd like, but it must be on the outside line here. You're going to throw your wheel at this target and attempt to get as close to the middle as possible. So if you bought a wheel, please make your way out here. Make your way around the track. I'm going to give you a
Anywhere
moment.
around the outside. Anywhere around the outside. You got to hit that dead center over there. So anywhere on the outside, if you want to go around to the middle or around the outside, perfectly fine. Everybody come on out. Get your wheels. Make sure you remember the numbers on your wheels. That's how we know who the winner is. So check your numbers. We'll pick up the wheel and call out the number. Don't forget the number on your wheel. Everybody know their numbers. That's going to be important. We're going to pick it up and say, number so-and-so is a winner. You better know who you are. I want anywhere around the outside. Anybody at the wheel. Any more wheels still out there? It's going to be wheelie crazy, so you better get ready. All right, any more wheels? Come on out. All right, any more wheels? Everybody going anywhere around. Remember, you go anywhere around the outside of the track. Obviously, that side's very popular. This one, not so much. Anywhere, come on out. Anybody at the wheel, get on out. Anybody still waiting to come out? So everybody, I'm going to stand right here. There's a little black box. Everybody's aiming for this right here. See me? This is where you're aiming. Everybody out. Do we have all our wheels? Everybody out. All right, any more wheels? We're going 1, 2, 3. No more wheels. Let's get ready to start. I'll count it down on 3. Guys, let them roll right to the center. All right, 1, 2, 3. Let them go. Oh, whoa. We got got some collisions. Keep them going. Any more wheels? Make sure you get them all out. Don't leave them. Any more wheels? We still got some circling. All right, Antidote, do you think we're good? What number do we have? Who is our winner?
042.
042, we have a winner.
These are custom handmade,
Incredible.
3D printed mugs
Beautiful. Thank
for
you.
your game nights.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody, for participating. Thank you for participating in the wheel toss. Now, don't forget, we still have raffles going on, and we'll get the second half underway shortly. Get yourself a snack, get yourself a drink over at the Love City Brew Tent, and check out the merchandise. Thank you very much. 4 minutes to go here. 4 minutes to go in the intermission before we get to the second half. So make sure you get over there, get yourself a snack, get yourself a beer. Make sure you check out those raffle baskets over there and get yourself some merchandise. Get back in your seat and be ready for the second half of action here between the PASSYUNK Punks and the West Philly Warriors. All right, I got a minute and a half before we get back to roller derby. I'm sorry there. I think I cut off my dear friend here, Antidote. But I want to give a quick shout out. Remember, at this game, we're accepting non-perishable food donations, which will be given to the Food Not Bombs. They have specially requested peanut butter, jelly, or spices, but all unexpired, unopened goods will be accepted. Donate an item and receive a voucher for a free concession or raffle ticket. Limit 1 voucher per person. So, if you brought some food, make sure you get that donated. Non-perishable foods are greatly appreciated this time of year.
All right, grab those seats as we have come to the end of our intermission. We're going to give everyone a moment to get into place, but we are about to get started.
We got officials just make sure you got everything squared away, so we'll get underway in a minute or so. Want to give it a call. You get one whistle to get everybody lined up, and a second whistle will start the action.
Now, again, we talked about scores earlier. In roller derby, having a 20-point jam is not rare, so there's still an opportunity for the Punks to catch up. This can be anyone's game by the end of tonight.
Speaking of anyone's games, who's out there? Put your hands together for your PASSYUNK Punks. Where are Punks out there? Come on now. Show them some love. Now, how about our West Philly Warriors? All right, make sure you keep that action live for the second half here as we run this down to the stretch. 90 points right now on the board for the Punks, 162 for the Warriors. And with that, the next whistle should start things off.
That is Ryder in the green coming up against Bayou in the red. Both jammers hitting the pack, but Bayou is able to push out the front of the Warriors.
Trying to set up there 8 in turn 1, trying to slow Bayou down. Big hit on the outside, knocks Bayou off, getting the call off. That was Nancy Shrew.
Now it does look like we end here with a clear penalty box, giving both teams 4 blockers on the track to start.
Looks like boa constrictor up at the line for the Punks, getting ready to take on Susie for the Warriors.
Now, Susie is another long-term Derby veteran, I believe going on to their 13th season.
And with that, you ask, you receive. Susie gets the lead jammer status.
That is Stitch in the front trying to slow down along with Calamity K.
Nice little brace there by Stag Hunt.
The Warriors are taking turns hitting Boa, but Boa is able to find a quick outside line.
Great acceleration there. Just jumped on the jets and got free of the pack there by Boa.
Now Boa is a new skater to Philly, but had previously played with State College up in the middle of the state.
Coming a little hot here to the box. Boa back up and getting in. Glad to see that.
And I promise you we have safeties here for all of our skaters, helping to keep them safe in case anything does happen while they're on that track. Thank you to all of our safeties and EMTs who have continued to keep us safe every time we play.
All right, up next we got Wooly Slameth for the Warriors taking on Fury, and Slameth, the Wooly Slameth, is free.
Fury is staring down the back of Wooly there, attempting to catch up before hitting the pack. Both jammers are pushing hard. Damsel meets Fury in the front of the pack, trying to slow down with a face-to-face, but it does look like it landed them into the box.
All right, 4 points were picked up there by Wooly Slameth.
The Punks are deciding to keep it going to put as many points as they can onto the board.
Genderbender there slams the door on Slameth. Sidles around the outside, gets free, but here comes the blockers trying to recycle.
And though we had seen Fury and Riptide playing against each other's jammers, it is Riptide the blocker giving Fury the jammer some issues in the back of the pack.
Slameth chooses to shut the jam down, but not before bringing PASSYUNK Punks over the 100-point mark. 106 on the board.
Coming out to the line, that is Ride or Die in the green for the Warriors, coming up against Russian Bayou in the red for the Punks. Now both of these jammers have been very aggressive all night long. Both have found success. So here it's going to be about who can find the hole first. Bayou's attempting to push out, but Nancy Shrew was able to slow down for a slight moment before lead was called.
Steph Lepper able to slow Bayou for a moment and running out of the pack once again, Ride or Die. Little side saddle, a little tiptoe on the toe stops and calling it off, making it look cool. Going out backwards, Russian Bayou.
And that is exactly what the Punks are going to need to keep doing there as they put up 4 unanswered points there. Bringing our total right now, West Philly Warriors 174 to the PASSYUNK Punks 110. But there is still plenty of time on that clock.
Looks like we got See You Later getting ready to take on Stag Hunt.
This is going to be the battle of the rookies here as both are seeing their first games with Philly tonight. Stag Hunt attempting to take the inside as See You Later was pushing towards the out. Both teams. And it does look like it was a push, a literal push out for See You Later.
Any way it happens, just get free of the pack. Get away from all them blockers. See you later. I'm out of here.
Oh, and Cosmonauty just was not feeling that inside and was like, no, you cannot go up this way.
You shall not pass. But meanwhile, passing was Stag Hunt eventually persisting and picking up the 4 points. See you later, getting a run on the outside.
Oh, and See You Later gave a beautiful spin around Stitch to be able to make their way out of the front. And I think I blinked my eyes there, but See You Later was up that inside in the matter of a half second.
Credit's got to go to the blockers there. That hole's opened up by those blockers, getting a very quick pass for Stag Hunt, winding up the score. I need 24 minutes to go here in the second half.
We are seeing BB Gun in the red for the Punks coming up against Wooly Slameth in the green for the Warriors. Now, if you had a chance to visit that merch table and saw that awesome bandana with all the tattoo PRD logos and characters, that is made by that BB Gun, the jammer, who was just called lead on the track there. They are limited edition. Make sure you grab yours today. That is Gender Bender making some trouble, but it is a huge hit by Fury that puts Wooly onto the ground. Wooly makes a smart move to re-enter as far up as possible, not giving Fury much room to work with.
Yeah, eventually no pack called. Fury had to let the jammer go. BB Gun lurking again. Just keeps the feet moving, methodically waking away through the pack.
Oh, Fury is on fire here with a second hit out on the inside.
And Wooly Slameth, know what's going on. Fury got knocked off track, was able to get back on in front of the pack, not having to recycle to the back behind the skater who knocked him out. I think BB Gun's had enough of that jam. Let's shut it down and get a new bunch of skaters out there.
Now with that jam, the Punks were able to put 8 points on the board to West Philly's 3. They're inching back slowly here with each jam.
Clawing their way back now. The Punks are going to send Russian Bayou out there to take on Ride or Die.
And that is Russian Bayou is able to find their way around the outside of the pack there. Oh, and Poison Ash, who typically in our travel season is a jammer, is finding quite a bit of success tonight as a blocker.
A nice knockoff. Russian Bayou quickly back out. Russian Bayou never looking like anything's too big a deal, but making it look smooth and cool.
And it looks like we had a forearm on Thigh Jinx, which will send them to the box for 30 seconds. Here, Russian Bayou is looking at the opposing jammer, trying to play on time here.
Just a little physicality and then quickly calling it all. Russian Bayou once again holding down the Warriors, continuing to march their way back into this game. 126-185. They're going to send Boa Constrictor to the line, taking on Stag Hunt.
Now, I know we said 6 were brand new games tonight, but we also have about half of the others who are only in their rookie year. It is truly impressive how quickly all of our skaters have been improving. We are seeing Boa trying to push up that inside against Steph Leopard, but is able to whip around the out.
Oh, able to get a little knock. That's Cosmonauty forcing Stag Hunt to recycle to the back. Only deterred for just a brief period of time. Stag Hunt breaks free from the pack, picking up 4 points. Meanwhile, Boa Constrictor able to match that 4 points.
And another hard hit by the small but mighty Cosmonauty.
The Punks are starting to stiffen there in the back. Stag Hunt not able to do much. Getting the cut track call. Beautiful drag back. Power Jam now going to the Punks.
All right, this is going to give the Punks 30 seconds to try to utilize as best of their ability to put as many points on the board while they are not having to look out for the Warriors jammer.
They no longer inching their way in. They're marching their way back into this game. 4 more points for the Punks.
Now, Boa is a fast jammer, so this is somebody you'd want out on the track during a power jam, making their way back around the pack already for another pass.
Steph Lepper released from the penalty box and now engaged with the pack as well. Big hit on the outside. Another big hit. Boa finally knocked off the track. Fought through one. That was Calamity K. And then fought through the second one, which is 610, resting Stitch Face.
And with that, we see a cut track being called on Boa, which is going to give the Warriors a power jam.
Which will obviously be a power start coming up shortly, but able to pick up anything on the last pass? No. Power start now going to the Warriors.
Now the Punks were able to put on 15 points there in that last jam, so they had a nice big score there. But we did not want to see their jammer in the box to start here. They're going to have to put up a heavy defense here.
Oh, looks like we had a new jammer up there for the Warriors. Going to sell Ellie Tigra to the line.
This is a very powerful jammer for Philly.
Who needs power when your offense does that for you? Gets you a wide open hole. You're able to skip through.
Veteran Fury there puts a hold on Ellie.
Great leverage, getting up and under and knocking the jammer down.
The Warriors were able to play some offense from the inside there to open up a little bit of a gap.
Does look like they were able to kill enough clock. Boa Constrictor now released from the penalty box.
Hard hitter Riptide is sent to the box for a directional.
That was a great hit there, slowing up Ellie Tigre. And now Boa Constrictor coming back around once again. Trying to make up for lost time going to the penalty box, but Ellie Tigre once again finding 4 more points and continuing on.
Oh, and we had a good hit on the outside there. And
looks like that was a direction. So it was a big hit, but unfortunately not a legal hit. Going to sit down in the penalty box for that.
Sometimes it's worth it. Sometimes. Now we have both jammers continuing to race their way around. They've been close for pretty much the entire jam, chasing each other down back and forth. The Warriors are set up and ready into the back of the pack, trying to bring Boa as far back as they can.
Oh, looks like the Warriors going to lose another blocker. Well, looks like Pivot going to report their box too for the Punks as well.
So it does look like West Philly gave an answer back to the PASSYUNK Punks last jam by coming up with 16 on the board for this one. We do have an official review being called here. So this is a perfect opportunity for everyone as we take this official review. Grab your raffle ticket. We are about to pull it, and we have some awesome prizes to give.
Yeah, we got a Cake Life Bake Shop $50 gift certificate. The Philly Cheese School, 2 tickets, $100 value to go check out the Philly Cheese School. And, of course, for John's, a custom limited shirt. And finally, a prize with a purpose from for the Johns, a small Philly business lifting up women and mentoring young girls through the Elizabeth Ann Collections Against Domestic Abuse. Win this custom limited edition shirt and take home something bold, meaningful, and totally unique. And let's not forget Philly's very own Kitty Surprise artwork over there as well. Get your raffle tickets in.
Now, as we're coming up to the end of our review here, or timeout, it looks like we went from a review, maybe into a timeout, maybe not. It looks like we're lining up. They're ready to go. And with that, that is Russian Bayou, who made a quick exit out the outside of the pack.
Meanwhile, still grinding the toe stops, running forward, and coming out of the pack is Ride or Die. Ride or Die comes up in the pack, gets met there by 817. Dobzilla.
That last pass was a 0-0, so neither jammer were able to put any additional points on the board.
So you still have official review. All right, so that was not an official review. It was actually a timeout, so they still have official review. Thank you for clarifying that for us. 15 minutes to go here. Next jam's on the way.
Now that is See Ya Later in the red for the Punks, who were able to make their way out shortly after Susie Nugent, who was out first for lead jammer. Now this happens all the time. We trip over our own 2 feet because we are just the most delicate people that you will ever meet. Some of us are a little clumsy, a little bit. But it happens. So we're going to call this off, and we're going to start it over again with 2 new jammers on the line.
The smile on Susie's face, realizing that the track monster got Susie Nugent.
That is BB Gun, number 27 in the red for the Punks, coming up against Wooly Slameth in the green for the Warriors. And Wooly has popped their way through. Steph Lepper attempted to chase down BB Gun.
Yes, a middle intent there, but had to let go as they were too far away from the pack.
Oh, and a giant hit on the inside to Wooly Slameth by Gender Bender.
Gender Bender just leaving some havoc out on the track, the physicality being cranked up to 11.
But it does look like that did get them a penalty at the end there.
4 points going up there for the Punks. Matched, obviously, by the 4 Punks by the Warriors.
Oh, and it looks like BB Gun attempted to call, but was not lead, and in getting up, cut the track, so they are going to head to the box.
That's not what the Punks wanted. Power Jam now flipping over to the Warriors, and they'll shut down the jam.
And so it does look like Wooly has decided to ice the jammer in the box, giving their team a fresh start, unopposed, all alone, so they can focus entirely on that offense. We got 13 minutes left on the clock, and it does look like the Warriors are sending out one of their go-to jammers, Ride or Die, to take the star for this power.
Highly successful, highly energetic Ride or Die, trying to figure out when to go. Now's the time.
Sometimes as a jammer, that half-second hesitation, it's what you need to see the holes. And that does look like that worked for Ryder here.
Yeah, that was a big block there by Calamity K, sealing off the last blocker, getting the jammer free.
Calamity K playing some offense from the outside, but that is Death Stare, who was able just at the last moment to get Ryder Die onto the ground, forcing Ryder to take the inside line.
Yeah, great track awareness. Ryder on the tape, but not going over the tape, staying inside on an inside line.
Both of these jammers have been like twinkle toes, dancing their way through these inside lines, and that is a cut track being assessed to Ryder, giving the Punks some time to put points on the board. Oh, but we will play a little jammer musical chairs here. When one jammer is in the box and the other enters, that first jammer is released, and that second one will only serve the amount of time that the first one served. So we're going to see BB Gun sit down and Ryder be released. Now BB will serve the same amount of time that Ryder did. So Ryder's going to make some quick footwork here, knowing that it is not a full 30-second penalty.
Holding that inside line. That was Poison Ash. Offense coming to help. Gender Bender, last one. Poison Ash got to pull up.
The others do have more, but I don't think people realize this one includes the gift card. So this one's a nice, easy one. I'm going in least tickets to most.
Good for them.
Riders attempting to push their way out of the front of the pack, but the jammer does come to a natural conclusion.
All right, just let you know, we got our first raffle to call off. First raffle, so get out your raffle tickets. Calling off the raffle for the Cake Life Bake Shop. Cake Life Bake Shop. Let's call this off. 424-712. Put your hands up, we got a winner. 424-712 for the Cake Life Bake Shop.
On the line there, that is Stag Hunt in the green trying to push their way up the inside as Boa is being pushed to the back of the pack by the Warriors. Oh, Boa takes a hard hit by Ellie to the outside. Ellie attempted a pullback, but it does look like Boa was able to beat them in. The Punks are deciding to take a heavy front wall here, but Stag Hunt is able to push their way through.
That's why I said they have to come back. I'll read it one more time, though. Since nobody put their hand up, I'll read it one time, and I'll jump on to the next one.
Boa has made their way out for another 4 points on the board here. The Punks are really trying to slow down Stag Hunt here to try to close this gap. There's still time here with over 9 minutes left. Every point here for the Punks is something they need to capture. And with that, that is a 12-point jam for Boa.
Okay, with that, let me read that ticket. We got the Cake Life Bake Shop raffle ticket. The number's 424-712. 424-712. Please go over to the merchandise table. All right, let's get our next raffle up. We got the cheese basics. So we got cheese basics. Here, pick us a winner real quick, and we'll read that out. So up next, we'll have our cheese basics raffle ticket. We'll read it off at the end of the jam.
All right, that is See You Later, who had made their way out, but they were able to pick up lead. So that is See You Later with lead jammer. Nobody was looking, and a quick 4 points around the outside. That is Trails Blazer, the first time we're seeing them don the star this evening. See You Later makes a smart move to re-enter in the back of the pack there.
Oh, beautiful. Recycle to the back. Oh.
And veteran skater Steph Leopard knew what they were doing as they ran back to pull a cut track.
Yeah, it's not, you have to re-enter track behind everybody who was in front of you, and you saw Steph Leopard jet backwards. Able to get that cut track call. Now, don't forget, after this, we will read that raffle ticket for the Cheese Basics as soon as this jam is over. Cheese Basics, get your tickets ready.
Oh, we had a hard hit there, sending Trailblazer down to their knees. They are re-entering behind all the other players, but it does look like a cut track is being called on Lethal Audit from the Punks.
See ya later. Free again for 4. Bringing their score to 183.
Now
Only 2 blockers out there on the track right now, or 3 blockers out there for the Punks.
And this was the type of jam that the punks were looking for at this part of the game. Now, my cheese lovers out there, if you put your raffle ticket in for the cheese, listen up because the winner is 424718. Again, 424718. You won cheese.
Come on, put your hands up. Do we got a cheese winner? Come on. Where's our raffle friends?
Make your way over towards the merch table to be able to collect your cheese card. All right, on the line there is Russian Bayou out first, the chain lead jammer coming up against Live or Let Die in the green for the Warriors. Poison Ash is able to make a quick hit, causing Liv to recycle to the back of the pack.
Meanwhile, we still have Russian Bayou eyeing up another scoring pass.
All right, we're going to take a moment to allow our safeties to come help one of our wonderful skaters here. We always want to make sure everybody is one piece, looking good, feeling good, and our safeties, EMTs, are here to help us make that happen. Now,
put your hands together, death stare. All right, while we're working to get things back underway, we're going to give out one more raffle. Make sure you get your raffle tickets out for the shirt package, for the John's shirt package. Let's read out the raffle tickets. 424713 for the For Your John's shirt package. Get your raffle ticket out. 424713. Do we have a winner? Put a hand up if we have a winner. Yeah, there you go. That's a winner right there. All right, we have a lot of tickets in for our final raffle. That's for Philly's very own Kitty Surprise artwork. We'll pick that out and call that out after the next jam. Are we ready yet or no? No. I don't think we're ready. Okay, I think we have a little more time.
and the winner of the custom artwork done by our very own Kitty Surprise.
Yeah, it's a blue ticket, mind you. So if you have a blue ticket,
742394. 394. Now, we'll give it a little time because I know some of our very own skaters were fighting over this piece of artwork, but the number is 394 ending. 394.
And if you've won any of these, make sure you go over to the merchandise booth to collect your winnings. I know. They were all saying it back when it was over there. I was like, okay.
All right, in the red, that is BB Gun coming up against Stag Hunt in the green.
Fury went with a big hit, but Stag Hunt able to get free from the pack.
So it does look like there was a no pass there, so they aren't lead, but they were able to continue their movement forward since the blocker who hit them out went down.
Fighting forward, Stag Hunt takes a Stiff shoulder there, able to push right on through. Stag Hunt winding up a jam for the Warriors.
Now with that star pass for the Punks, we are going to see a full 2-minute jam here. So neither jammer has the ability to call off the jam, which means we're seeing another minute 13 on the clock here.
Ellie Tigre working well with the other blocker. That would be 610, resting Stitchface. There you go. Bring the fury. Stag Hunt with a big exhale, but that's 4 more points for the Warriors.
Oh, Fury lined up there. Little jammer on jammer action to slow down Stag Hunt, giving Fury that ability to make their way up that inside line.
Once again, Stag Hunt for 4 more.
Now we do see a forearm being given to the Warriors blocker.
Nothing can be said about a 2-minute jam at the end of the game. These skaters have been skating all night long. There you go, 2 minutes up. All right, once again, let's read out the raffle again for the poster there by Kitty Surprise. That's 742-394, 742-394. If you have the winning ticket, go over to the merchandise table. We have it here. If we don't have anything else, we should read out. We have a timeout, right? The official timeout? Perfect. While we have the official timeout, let's tell you about the Paul Williams Scholarship Fund. Paul Williams loved his roller derby life from 2007 until his death in August 2021. He enthusiastically participated in Philly roller derby as a manager, treasurer, and volunteer. He believed in effort, participation, being the change that you want to see, and equity. He also knew very well that roller derby can be an expensive sport and wanted all people to be able to participate in a sport that he thought was super fun. That's why the Paul Williams Scholarship Fund was established in his name. This fund is currently running low. Some of our skaters rely on this fund to keep playing the sport. Make a donation to keep our skaters on track. You can donate at the same link you purchase your tickets at, or go to phillyRollerDerbyBetterWorld.org under Paul Williams Scholarship Campaign. Everything that helps. Paul's a great guy, and he's very loved in this community, and it's great that they put this fund together to help skaters who are new to this and needing that help to raise money to keep this game going.
So we do have an official review happening on the track right now.
Meanwhile, what official review is going on, let's not forget that we have an after party tonight. After party will be at, let me get my paperwork. I lost it. I believe it's at the, where'd it go?
The after party is going to be at the Philadelphia Brewing Co. That is at 2440 Frankfurt Avenue in Philadelphia. There's 10 draft lines and a full bar. You can order your own food. Park in any available spot in their lot. Street parking is always an option too. But again, that is Philadelphia Brewing Co. if you want to hang out with some of the skaters after the game.
Thank you, Antidote. That is the beauty of live production. Sometimes we don't have all our paperwork ready when needed. Luckily, we have good friends who can pick us up. So who's ready? We got 3 minutes left of roller derby. Make some noise. Come on. Who's rooting down the end for our PASSYUNK Punks? Put our Punks' hands, put the hands together for the Punks.
Or did you come tonight for the West Philly Warriors? Now, no matter who you came for tonight, we have another game on December 6th where you can see my very own team, the Germantown Loose Cannons, face off against the PASSYUNK Punks. Who will win? We don't know. Who do you want to come watch with? Bring your friends with you and be part of the fun and the fight to the Champion Cup.
Awesome. All All right, so we'll wait and find out the results of this official review. We got 3 more minutes of the action. Then we'll actually have our MVPs voted on, which I love, which is voted on by each individual team for the opposing team they just got done playing against. And then it's after party time. On the way out, don't forget to check out the merchandise booth. There's plenty of great Philadelphia swag. Check it out. Make sure you take some home with you.
So it does look like the Warriors there were the ones who called that official timeout to have the jammer on jammer action assessed by the refs to see if there's any illegal conduct that happened, but they did lose this review, meaning that they do not retain it. They no longer have it for this period.
All right, with that 3 minutes down on the clock out there right now, Boa Constrictor pushing to the front. Steph Leopard pushing there to get to them, but overskates. Boa Constrictor free. Willie Slammet there pushing on the front with the Warriors, trying to outduel that PASSYUNK Punk. Strong brace in the front. Now Warriors standing tall. Last line event, Steph Leopard, but free is Boa Constrictor, picking up 4 points. The time is now. Points need to go on the board for the Punks. Steph Leopard with the hit. Boa Constrictor pushes on through. Right now, the Warriors are just trying to keep matching as many points as they can. Boa's trying to keep putting them up.
And that is Grand Larceny in the front who attempted to pull back Woolley but was unsuccessful. Oh, and the Punks are going to see their jammer Boa head to the box there. What looks like might have been a back block.
Meanwhile, Willie Slammet now on the power start, getting some help on the outside. Big shoulder dropping the jammer.
That was Sam Squash there with a giant hit to the outside.
All right, bottled up on the outside. You need to keep the clock running, keep things going, keep picking points. Now, don't forget, each pair of hips that Slammet pass is another point, so still matching the points. There you go, able to outlast. Willie Slammet brings the score to 268, just under a minute to go. Boa Constrictor was released from the box, so we're going to have all skaters on the track.
Now this may be our last jam of the evening. It might not be, but there's a good chance this is it. So let's make some noise for all of our skaters this evening who have trained so extremely hard to make it to this night.
Come on, cheer them down the stretch. 30 seconds to go. Here we go.
Ride or Die is pushing their way up the inside, but Russian Bayou is there to meet them. Now that is See Ya Later being held back by Riptide, but See Ya Later is seeing that inside hole, and it is the Punks who are out for lead jammer.
Great effort there by Russian Bayou, saving that jam with that last hit, knocking down Ride or Die. See Ya Later smiles at the bench. Here we go. Pack is moving very fast, making it hard for jammers to catch up.
Oh, See Ya Later is able to give a good front hit to Riptide.
Big hit there, Poison Ash dumping Ride or Die, and Ride or Die having to go back.
The Punks are putting up all the defense in the front of the pack, and See Ya Later's out for another 4 points.
See Ya Later, 4 points.
This is quite the rookie game for See Ya Later as they have just put 4
Oh, and we have a cut track now being called on Ride or Die. Power Jam to finish the jam out.
Oh, See Ya Later is going to have to try to put as many points as they can as there's 42 seconds left on the jam clock.
This goes down to all the training, all the effort, all the practice, sticking with things. See Ya Later trying to find a hole.
And as we can see, all of our players are starting to play a slow game here. They do not want to move. I'm tired just announcing, let alone skating.
Two blockers trying to push on through. Big hit there.
That is Nancy Shrew attempting to work with Live or Let Die. They were able to push See You Later to the outside of the track. Nancy Shrew runs back.
Yeah, forcing that long recycle. Ride or die, free from the back, picks up 4 points, and that's our game, folks. That's the unofficial score. We'll wait for things to be blown official. After that case, come on out to the line and give your favorite skater a high five. I say we'll wait for the final whistle. Once the final whistle does blow, that'll make it official. Everybody come around to the outside line of the track and give your skaters a high five. All right, everybody come around the outside of the track. We'll wait for things to go official, but come around, be ready to give your favorite skater a high five. Once again, put your hands together for our skaters tonight, folks. There you go. It is official. PASSYUNK Punks 221, Philadelphia Warriors 272. All right, put your hands together first for our very own PASSYUNK Punks. When you're done, we'll get. I know. When they're done, we'll pick them out. All right, now put your hands together for the West Philly Warriors! After this, we'll get our votings for the MVPs and announce our MVP jammer and MVP blocker for both teams, so stay tuned. All right, so once again, we have the wonderful game tonight. We have the Philadelphia Warriors coming away with 272 over PASSYUNK Punks 221. But here comes my favorite part. We have the MVPs, which are voted on by the other team you just got done playing against. Let's lead them out. Let's go with our PASSYUNK Punks MVPs. Let's talk about the MVP blocker for the PASSYUNK Punks. None other than one of my favorite friends, the Gender Bender. Has announced with me in the past, but a tremendous blocking job tonight. MVP jammer goes to none other than See Ya Later. First game with Philly. Now MVPs voted on by the PASSYUNK Punks for the West Philly Warriors are MVP blocker going to Nancy Shrew. And then MVP jammer going to Stag Hunt, another new Philly skater. Put your hands together for all our MVPs that made this such a special game. All right, now, once again, everyone, thank you so much coming out and supporting Philly Roller Derby. Make sure you check them out on social media. We have another game coming up December 6th. Mark it down, December 6th, next Philly Roller Derby game. And the after party, if you're heading back to Philly, will be at Philly Brew Co. on Frankfort Avenue. Thank you so much for coming out to the Hockey Deck, and thank you from Philly Roller Derby.